Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day, and with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, so first thing I'm going to point out is we have reached a critical level today, something that I was watching out for, and that is this 0.786 Fibonacci from the all-time high all the way down to the October low. Why is this important? This is important because retracements will typically stall out at the 0.786 Fibonacci if they're going to be retracements. Guess what we have right here, all right? As long as you have a daily close above this level and sellers don't slam it down, you're in the clear. Now, we're going to go down to the intraday chart, and I'm just going to point out something. We did not have strong selling at this level. Instead, you flipped this level. That is exactly what happened. You came down and you double bottomed off of that level. So buyers stepped up to the plate at that level and really just told sellers like, hey, no, get back down there, right? So like, I'm just pointing out, this thing doesn't look bearish to me. At this point in time, I'm going to make the call that I think it's likely. I'm not saying this is 100%, but I am going to say it is likely at this point in time that pullbacks get eaten up, and we are going to all-time highs over here on SPY. QQQ has already passed its 0.786 Fibonacci, and we can actually pull that up for you guys right here. Go a little like this and a little like that. There you go. All right, so I pointed that out not too long ago. That was the next stop after we ended up breaking out. And again, bears were nowhere to be in sight. All right, they just weren't. I mentioned the weekly update that to me, this thing looks like it is going to all-time highs. Now, after today's price action, I could say, yeah, bulls are in full control. Even over here on SPY, does not look like we are getting that, you know. This is not just a retracement. That is what I'm getting at. So I'm just going to say pullbacks are very likely going to be bought up, and your boy is going to be buying these pullbacks. Maybe I'm just, you know, someone who's going to be tricked, and they're just conditioning us to, you know, buy the dips. But I'm going to tell you right now, all right, technically speaking, nobody can tell me this chart is bearish at this point in time. It's been like that for a few weeks now, and that is that. All right, that is that. You had the bullish engulfing candlestick last week on SPY, QQ, IWM, DIA. What do we have now? We have that continuation. As long as you get a weekly close above this candlestick right here, this close over here, all right, which on QQQ, it was 379.07, and over on SPY, it was, what is that bad boy right there? 449.28. As long as we get a close above those two levels right there, we do have a confirmation of this bullish engulfing candle, which keep in mind what we discussed in the Sunday update, the weekly update, which is that this bullish engulfing candle confirmed the crap out of this bullish engulfing candle. So any dip, like I was just, you know, I was looking to buy the dips. I did not get my buying opportunity there over here on the indices, but I will just throw in a little golden tidbit right now and something that I got reminded of today. Guys, do not sit there wasting your time, wasting your energy, wasting your money on these crappy setups, all right? Just because you want to trade, it's not worth it, all right? Wait for the A-plus setups to come around. They will come around. We got plenty of them today, all right? We had plenty of them not too long ago. We had plenty, like, you know, they're always going to be around, but there's going to be some days where, you know, you just got to sit on your hands. You just got to wait for these to come to you. And today, I mean, I'm just saying, like, over here on the indices, all right, these things, they have not given any, like, unless you are just a continuous breakout trader on these smaller time frames, you really have not been given entries ever since you got the breakout over here. You just have not. And if you were someone who bought this breakout and your target was all the way up here, all right, then congratulations. Over here on SPY, we're getting very close to this 457 supply zone. Let's just literally come over here and check out where that is from. Over here, all right, that is where sellers, you came back up, sellers held the line there. That is where you put in your lower high. So I do expect sellers to be there, but, you know, as I just pointed out in the beginning of this video, we have crossed this, and as long as you do get that daily close, like I already showed you on the smaller time frames, I mean, sellers were nowhere to be in sight, and what you really want to see as a seller is, you know, this is your level here. You want to see your other sellers come and push you down. You didn't get that. So that is something I will point out. Now, IWM looks great. All right. I have been pointing out that IWM is actually my favorite. Well, it's not my favorite, but I said, like, it looks the best out of all of them. When we were pulling back on the other ones, IWM really just looked good to me. It was standing out. And as you see today, all right, well, not today. We got the breakout the other day, all right? And then you came back, you back tested it. and it got turned into a demand zone. Now that we came back yesterday, we came back up above here. I think I was pointing out in yesterday's video. Next level to be watching is up here, 198.40. So that is what I will be watching over here on IWM. And yeah, let's come back over to the indices. Now I'm going to show you guys what I did see over here. We got extended hours on, right? Yeah. All right. So over here on SPY, you do have a bearish divergence over here on the 4-hour RSI. What do you have over here? You have also had this bearish divergence over here on the RSI. I'm going to come over to QQQ. What do we have? Bearish. I have it marked down. All right. So these are the last 3 bearish divergences on the 4-hour RSI of QQQ. I am not saying you're not going to go up here. It actually looks like you are very likely going to come up here and tap your head on this 389 level. But now that we have made it all the way up here, I do think we're about to get a deep retracement. So what are we going to be paying attention to? I'm going to come right over here. We're going to go like, put you right on the bottom. Let's just say we come up and we're going to see, obviously we'll be adjusting this, but we're going to have to see where you top out here. It's likely going to be somewhere right here because this is your next supply zone. And if there are sell orders there, we will see it in the charts. They will push the price down because, you know, there will be an imbalance there. So what we're going to be paying attention to is these levels down here. And what is right here on the breakout, the 0.618 Fibonacci, and what is right on the gap fill, the 0.786 Fibonacci. Just what we were talking about over here on SPY. We're going to be doing the same thing. Come over here. We're going to use that. All right. And we're going to bring you right up here. Again, we are going to have to adjust this to see where this thing actually does top out on this pullback. If you do end up just coming back, hey, all right, you want to see a strong just trend continuation here, all right, come back and tap that 0.318, or not 318, the 0.382, and that would align with your, now, like, if, hey, it can be turned into a demand zone already. Well, it already was down here, so I do expect buy orders to be down right here. If you don't get a bounce there like we did over here, if price doesn't stall out and then quickly shoot up, then that shows that there's not buy orders down there, and we likely are going to be coming for a deep retracement all the way back down here, which, where is our gap fill and the breakout point at 44390, which is just, you know, round up to 444. Where is that? The golden pocket. So that is something that we will be paying attention to on a dip down there. We can make that a little gold guy. Oh, no, we want to make this a gold guy. There we go. All right, so we're going to have our golden pocket that we will be paying attention to down there. As long as we get up here, we're going to have to see where price turns around. All right, so that is pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to point out things are looking pretty dandy over here. And let me actually just point out some things, all right? First things first. I think I mentioned yesterday's video that I was seeing a lot, like I definitely mentioned that I like the setups on these things, all right? Google, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, they all looked like they wanted to be bought up. Microsoft, I saw a crap ton of just very bullish flow coming in the past few days, and I've been shouting out in the Discord, and listen, guys, I just started using unusual whales a week ago. Maybe it's been 2 weeks at this point, but yeah, so I've been tinkering with that, and I have seen so much bullish flow. The most bullish flow on anything that I have seen since I started using it was on Microsoft the last few days. Microsoft. Let me actually just come over here, and I will just show you guys. All right, so we'll just look on over here. We'll type in Microsoft. Alrighty. Come over here. Over there. Hopefully you guys can see that. Yeah, it's nice and dandy, all right? Gonna go like that, and I've just been seeing so many freaking orders from Microsoft. All right, you put in a 50,000 order, we'll put in 25k. That's what I've been using as well. Oh, didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. There we go. That's 250,000. There we go. All right, so you just got a crap ton of bullish flow coming over the last 2 days, and I saw this this one at 81k right there. I will point out you have a big put order right there. All right, but you got 81k, you got 85k right there. All right, so I was like, oh, something's going down. What's going on? I decided to follow the whale yesterday, and then I ended up selling out for a small profit, and then it dipped down. I was like, oh, cool. Sometimes these things don't always work out. And then I saw today's move. So what I'm happy about is I learned how to catch a whale. All right, now I know what bullish flow really looks like. I will say Tesla. All right, you got a lot of people throwing big money at Tesla. That is something that's going on. But you got that going on. You got Amazon that ended up coming down here, not filling its gap. So I will point that out. You did not end up filling your gap. Let me just put on regular arrows right there. You didn't fill your gap, but what you did do is you came down here and you came down to the breakout point, which that was definitely the level I was watching. And you formed a pin bar candlestick. So to me, guys, this is looking pretty good. So if you do end up coming up here and you end up breaking 136, it's going to be the next level I'm watching here on Amazon. If you do break that, it looks like you have clear skies all the way up here to the 138 resistance. So that is something that I will be paying attention to, which we can, it's really like that. All right. It's like, you know, but we're round up 138. All right. But Microsoft, does this chart look bearish to you? No, it does. It doesn't look bearish to me. All right. That's what I'm saying. It looks like you just started one of your legs up. All right. So you are at new all-time highs. I'm just pointing out things are not looking too bad. You had a breakout over here on Apple yesterday, and you came down. You actually broke above this level right here. And what did you get? You got the back test. And as long as you do end up, you know, going off to another high and you come up here and break this high of 194.48, guys, you'll have a lot of fuel to move on up on SPY and QQ. That is what I'm pointing out, all right? So everything looks pretty decent to me. And until that starts to change, I don't think we're going to get, you know, much downside, all right? I'm just going to point that out. And again, I'm going to reiterate what I've been saying throughout the video. Pullbacks, they're probably just going to be bought up. Where from? Well, guys, if we get on up here, you probably get a rather steep pullback. And it's either going to be to here, 450, that would be a $7 drop from up there, or it's going to come down here to 444, and that would be a steeper drop. I did point out you get the 4-hour bearish divergences, so that is reason to be cautious on longs and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, guys, I mean, things are looking solid, and you are so freaking close to 389 that I don't, and with Microsoft looking like that, and Amazon looking like that, and Apple looking like that, and let me just come over to Goog, all right? Goog looking like that, all right? This was something that I was watching as well, and like, hey, you got the rejection off of this level right here. You came back, and again, with these freaking back tests, guys, they're all holding up. So things are looking pretty good, and until we start seeing that shift across the board, you know, you got fuel in the tank. That is what I'm getting at. All right. Goog earnings coming up, by the way. So, you know, if you guys want a potential play, I mean, your time was to buy down here. If you wanted to buy, it would have been down there. So, you know, there's that. But, you know, you could end up saying that. All right. Yeah, I will end off the video here. Actually, let me just flash this. So we've been watching these, all right? And I'm just going to say, this thing can now do whatever it wants, all right? I am still going to point out things. When I'm seeing things on the charts, guys, that is what I'm going to do on this channel, all right? I'm also going to tell you what I think is going to happen. I'm going to tell you what my gut feeling today. My gut feeling is like, hey, guys, these are actually going to be pushing all-time highs. I've been saying it since the weekly update, and we are really just, you know, we're getting up there. And yeah, you get a pullback, but what happens when you go up another 5%? You're at all-time highs. So that is what the gut is telling me today. And I did see VIX did have a hammer candlestick this morning. All right, I don't know how this is going to end up turning out, but you know, you have a, you know, not an inside bar. You get this wick underneath it, but regardless, watch out if you have a VIX hammer candlestick. But either way, watch out the supply zones. And with that being said, I will catch you in the next one. Peace.